Good day, everyone. Alice here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is June 1st, 2023. Here is S&P 500 daily chart. We had nice uptick today. Lots of optimism came back to the market due to kind of like a agreement for the debt ceiling, and also lots of people they were talking about Federal Reserve is going to pause for the next meeting, which is going to be June 14th, which we have like still 2 weeks for the Fed meeting. But I believe Bullard, one of the Federal Reserve chairman, who is kind of like has a hawkish statement or approach toward to the Fed fund rate and interest rate, he was saying probably we need to pause, and that's why market just took it as like a positive news, just because one of the hawkish chairman, he was saying we need to have a pause. So that's why market just went up. Anyway, news always are gonna fade it away. Next 2-3 days, we will have NFP news tomorrow, which is very, very important for the month of May. Job report is coming, and that's gonna just, I should say, drain everything. All the previous news, they're going to drain everything because NFP is going to be one of the most important one. Next week, we will have CPI for the month of May, and that's going to be very, very important as well. So based on these two, Federal Reserve is going to take or make a decision for the Fed fund rate or interest rate on June 14th. But right now, market just came back up, 80 million for SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF. And nothing seems like nothing goes wrong for now. I still is in my call that we are at the top of the market, especially for the Nasdaq and technology stocks, despite of the good movement today. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But right now, everyone just took a very, very bearish custom. I mean, retail traders, they're very, very bearish, but this movement today kind of like a faded them away, and it's kind of like a short squeeze to the upside. And yesterday volume was pretty heavy, like 100 million, 107 million for SPY, which was kind of like a reversal, high volume reversal to the downside. Any upside, I could say it's going to be kind of like a blue off top for the market. And I'm not bullish at all at this stage of the game, at least. Even if we have like a 2-3 days overshoot to the upside, it doesn't mean that I change my call, because June period, especially first 15 days, I should say, first half of the June, it's going to be pretty volatile and dangerous for the market, especially after this move to the upside. We need to see kind of like a pullback to this area if we are not getting back to the bear market. So we'll see how it goes. Market right now, stochastic wise, we are just showing kind of like a bear reversal here. For the RSI wise, we are kind of like a consolidating coiling in these two areas, which is very, very interesting to see how market is going to react to these two levels, because these two levels, as you see, it's kind of like a coiling up and down. And right now, it's just getting back again to the resistance area for the RSI. So based on the price action, we are getting back up again, not a higher high. Even for Nasdaq, it was not a higher high, but we are getting close to this pivotal point, which is August top for the S&P 500. Moving on to Nasdaq, here's the Nasdaq daily chart. So we got back again another bullish momentum to the upside. Nice candle today. So all in all, if you see semiconductors, they were kind of like a strong. Apple, all the FANG stocks, they were strong as well today. So yield is coming down. So when yield is coming down, so you should see dollar is getting weakened, and I believe technology and also gold and gold miners took benefit out of it, and that's what happened today. So Nasdaq just surge up again, not a top for yesterday, or I should say 2 days ago. It was kind of like at the top. This is the doji bar. Even we can overshoot to the upside, still 14,800. That's going to be on the plate, but we will see if this one reach out tomorrow or not, just because tomorrow we will have NFP. It's going to be a market mover in either direction. I'm kind of like in a cautious mood right now. I don't sell anything. I just rebalancing my portfolio, and I told my subscriber how to rebalance their portfolio. So we are still keep um, ourselves invested in the market, but in different stocks, just because we want to be safe and slow. Moving on to the Dow Jones, which I believe this is gonna be interesting. It's just Dow Jones at the pop to the upside. Dow Jones, if Dow Jones take out this pivotal point, I believe it can go higher. So Dow Jones formation is kind of like a different. Those stocks that I show you, S&P and Nasdaq, they were at the top, and they were talking. We were talking about lower high, but right now Dow Jones shows us higher low. So this is a low, this is a higher low on the trend. It's just creeping to the upside. So let's see if Dow Jones can move back up again to this top of the triangle. So if it goes there, if it's just at the pullback, back test to here to top of today candle, and then reversing back up, breaking through this, a back test could be buying opportunity to the next leg up to here to 34,500, 600. Well, we'll see how it goes. If this pattern forms and shape, that would be very, very interesting to see, because lots of money, I believe, especially from yesterday price action, lots of money came back to Dow Jones and safe stocks. However, we saw Nasdaq got back into bullish momentum today, but that was kind of like a short squeezing, I believe. Lots of investors, big investors, they're just starting to parking their money in Dow Jones and some safe stocks. And we will see the result next 2-3 weeks. So that's my take for the market right now. Yield, moving on to the yield just coming down today, another follow through. So yield is down. So that gives us kind of like green light for the TLT. And if yield, let me just show you here. If yield doesn't pay attention to this pivot, so probably we'll see tomorrow, it's going to be a bounce. If there is no bounce tomorrow and yield is coming down sharply to this area, I should say any bounce could be a selling opportunity for lower low. So we will see how it goes. Tomorrow, it's going to be very, very interesting, because we want to see if yield is going to pay attention to this level, somewhere around 4.20%. So 4.20, that's going to be the opportunity for the yield to see how it's going to react. So again, keep an eye on this. TLT, which is treasuries, a nice uptick today, but it just sold off a bit because we're getting close to this trend line. So it gets to this gap, and this gap is very, very important for the treasury. Lots of sellers actually took action here, just breaking through this area with this gap going down. So when this one is coming back up, lots of people stuck here for the buy. They just become sellers just because I don't want this. I just want to get out. So that's why you see this price action happening today, just right on the gap here. So, but if it consolidates here and then breaking through to the upside, that would be 108 for the first target. And I believe this can be outperformer by 2023, 2024. Still, this is a good opportunity to buy, and we'll see how it goes. Gold, pretty nice bullish price action today. So I got back here to this kind of like interesting level, scene of crime, and we just kind of like expected this happening. 1984, that was my price target. It just reached out to 1983. But if you go to 4 hours chart, I just show you in my Telegram channel, if we pull back, if you see a pullback to 1970, then getting back up to the upside, possibly can go all the way up to 2000 and just a low 2000 area. So we'll see how it goes. But gold and gold miners, they show a strength, and they can move up more down the road. Crude just surprised everyone, got back to the bullish momentum. Crude is kind of like a confused right now. Lots of bullish and bearish news coming together, and it's just changed the sentiment dramatically to the upside and downside as well. So right now, crude just came back up, nicely engulfing previous candle, still getting back to middle of this wide range bar, which is $71, 71.60. So that's going to be interesting to see how crude is going to react to this level. If it consolidates here, then it's going to pave its way for another higher price to 74. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. But crude is just a gigantic consolidation. It's kind of like a multi-month spacing formation. And crude, if crude gets above this pivotal point, that could be kind of like interesting to see crude is coming back above $100, but needs to do a lot. VIX smash today coming down. This is one of the sharpest decline at the low. So we had the sharpest decline here at the top, but this is one of the sharpest at the low. And that is kind of like a capitulation for VIX. So if it goes down, again, I told you, VIX is not strong enough because market, there is no panic in the market. So I believe this is the level, $12 to $14 for the VIX. Could be pretty nice to spike to the upside, even 20. So that's going to be 60 to 100% in 1 month. Even if you want to play with the option, that would be great play if it gets there. So I think it is worth it. So just keep an eye on this. Take a chance for 12 to 14. That's going to be a good option play for VIX. DXY coming down. This consolidation fails. So we'll see if DXY is coming down to test this area. So here's the demand here. Here's the demand area. And I believe that this demand work out very well with this pivot. So if this one is coming down here, we should see a reaction from buyers to just boost it up a bit to here to this area, which is a 103, 103.4. So that's going to be the level for the next leg down. So I kind of like a bearish for the DXY. Lots of people are bullish, but I'm kind of like a bearish. This one is coming along with yield, Fed fund rates, and lots of different things. Moving on to technology stocks, Apple, nice surge to the upside, especially after hours, again, surging higher. And Apple is just challenging this pivot, which is in March 2022. So if you're an Apple shareholder, since last year, you should be break even right now. So good news. So this is a good stock, even with that bear market, even with S&P 500 drawdown, even with Nasdaq drawdown, Apple get back to its high again, and you are even kind of like a slightly positive. Even if you buy this one at the top here, because lots of people just got caught. They thought that, okay, here's the breaking through to the upside. So this is a nice bull flag. We need to go to all-time high. And people just got into it, but Apple, boom, coming down, lower high, and then coming down to the lower low. Right now, this W pattern, this gigantic W pattern forms pretty nicely. So Apple is getting back to, I should say, a double top formation. It just have like a 183. So right now it's just a $3-4 to the top. That's going to be interesting to see how Apple is going to react. But I believe that's going to be the end, at least for the Apple hype. So Apple can go down, can correct himself to the downside here. I'm just waiting for this. This is very, very overstretched, overbought. We have this wave before, so don't get me wrong. We have this wave before, just ended up to the sharpest level. We have this nice wave to the upside. Look what happened after that. So market doesn't resolve anything. There are lots of problems in the market, liquidity problem, interest rate, high interest rate, and inflation. There, it doesn't resolve the economy. So economy still is weak, and Apple can go down even with the bad news or so. So that's going to be another buying opportunity. Amazon, nice surge to the upside. So we, as like a shareholder of this, we are just happy. I'm just looking for 130 to 137. That's going to be the top for Amazon, at least for this year. Meta, nice surge to the upside. This doesn't want to stop, actually. And the 293, that's going to be the level, I believe, for Meta here, this level, which is going to be a gap fill. And that could be kind of like interesting to see how react. But market, I mean, Meta, this one has a lot to new all-time high. This is 380 right now, just at 270. So it's going to be $100. And you see the difference here. So, but Meta went all the way down to $80. So in November, remember, Meta was $80. Right now, it's at 272. So marvelous move to the upside. Meta just substantially going higher. Probably 293, 292, 293. That's going to be a good level uh, uh, for taking some profit or booking some profit off the table. Um, Moving on to the Microsoft, pretty nice to the upside, showing kind of like a lower high. We'll see. Microsoft is pretty close to the all-time high. We're double top. Google, nicely price action here forming. So consolidation consolidates more prior this supply. That's going to just breaking through to the upside. I should say 130 to 132. That's going to be the level for the next target price for the Google. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to the Netflix, 2% to the upside, $7 higher high, just coming back up, back down. Here is the demand supply area. Tesla, nicely getting up there. So I told you the first target is going to be here. We challenge it today. Just that it was not that strong, but needs to engulf to higher 220, and we will see how it goes for Tesla. If Tesla engulf this 220, it can go to 254. Moving on to the leader these days, SMH, come back up nicely, still is in top information. So it needs to have like a digestion here because 2 days ugly sell-off just shaken up. Lots of people nicely coming back up. Again, if this is a dead cat bounce, if you ask me, yes, it can go lower from this level. SOX just coming up again, the same pattern with SMH, TSM. You see, this is the biggest semiconductor producer in the world. And look what happens. It doesn't follow up SMA, just the shooting star here. Lots of sellers took control the entire session, and this one came down. AMD, this one as well. So AMD just not as strong enough like the other ones. The only strength in semiconductor index was NVIDIA. NVIDIA 5% today. This one, I believe if it goes to the gap reversal, island gap reversal, just one gap down, that could be the final top, I should say, for multi-months. But we need to see this. Other than that, we can't predict this. This is absolutely in a hype scenario. TXN, this one coming up, but look at that. So the candle is not that good. Lamb Research, this one as well. So this one came up just because the industry went up, but this one is not that strong enough as well. So moving on to financial sector, XLF, 34 cents to the upside, KBE 71 cents to the upside. Nice consolidation for KBE. The better than that is KRE. I'm kind of like interested into some regional banks because this forms pretty nicely. If it goes above this, especially above this pivot, this can go to $49 to $50, which is going to be almost 25-30% to the upside. We'll see how it goes. JP Morgan, the best one, if you ask me, in the banking sector for now, is 137 right now, just 138% to the upside. Goldman Sachs, this one came down. Surprisingly, it doesn't have kind of follow through. After hours, it just went up a bit to protect this area. But look at the JP Morgan and look at the Goldman Sachs. So you see the differences here. So this one just gapped up and hold up pretty well. So this is kind of like a bullish consolidation in the weekly chart. But Goldman Sachs, this one forms a bearish consolidation in the weekly chart. So that's the difference. Wells Fargo, this one, 25 cents to the upside. It's not that strong enough. Citigroup, it's just challenging with this area. This is forming the bottom, if you ask me. So Citigroup, I don't like this bank, but this is forming the bottom. Needs to close 31 to 32. If it closes above 31 to 32, that's going to just have a move, another one to 33. The next one is 34.50, and then here, so 36. So these are the levels for this one. if it closes above 31 to 32. Moving on to some gold miners, which were rock stars today. So look at that. So it had like a better price action. Gold miners, GDX, this one nicely get back up. So probably 33 to 33.21. That's going to be the level GDXJ. $1.36. So this one had a nice move to the upside as well. AEM $1.57, breaking out again above this dynamic trend line. Nice price action today. NEM 4% to the upside. Fantastic move. Recaptured this pivotal point. So for those ones who knows about the strike strategy, this one reacted very, very nicely to the moving average. Actually, it doesn't show here, but recaptured this pivotal point. If this one holds up pretty well tomorrow and hold up pretty well, that is very, very bullish signal for NEM. It can go all the way up to 49 to $48 at least for this. So we'll see how it goes. Franco Nevada, $4.21. Nice price action to the upside. Goes back to this wide range bar, getting back up nicely. Gold Barrick, this one nice surge as well. So moving on to the energy sector, XLE, which is a spider, energy spider. This one just lagging a bit. Follow up with the crude, so just went up. Chart is not as strong. XOP, oil and gas exploration ETF, this one as well. So just hold up for now. But if it goes below this trend line, I should say below this pivotal point, which are pretty close to each other, 112 to 116. So if it gets below this, that could be ugly. It can go to $100 even lower. Moving on to the OIH, 5% surge to the upside, pretty nice bounce, recaptured this pivotal point, getting back to this demand area and nicely reacted, but needs to go above 270 on daily basis. Then we can say this W pattern forms as well. XOM, Exxon, nice surge to the upside, but sellers coming back, resell here, 106. Chevron, $1.54 to the upside, not a strong chart. Oxy, not a strong chart again, just the 48, 46 cents. REIG, nicely coming back up 7% to the upside. So REIG needs to take out this pivotal point. Any close above 6.57 would be very, very bullish. And just to keep an eye on this, this is a higher low compared to this. So REIG, for now, this is a low, this is a higher low, this is a higher low. This one needs to hold up above this area. So if it holds up above this and take out this pivotal point, I should say that could be $12 stock in the next 3 to 5 months. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I think I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.